So I've been getting error codes for right engine cam phase sensor. Seems to be thermally sensitive when a car gets hot. Like when I've been driving it around for a while, especially this summer, the engine will begin to stumble at idle and sometimes stall out. And it took a while for the code to pop up. It's just like nothing would happen except this issue for months. And then finally I got a code for right cam phase sensor. And of course through the Ferrari dealer, it's hundreds of dollars, but I found that they use the same sensor in Maseratis after looking at the number on the top of the sensor. And so I ordered one for $50. It seems to be a genuine Bosch sensor. So I'm going to try swapping that out today and then going for a test drive again and see if the problem comes back. So the first thing you need to do is pull this cowling off on this side here. Since we're dealing with the right side of the engine, we don't need to do that side, just this side here. I have all the covers off around the engine compartment because I've been doing other maintenance related things to this car. But at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and pull this cowling off, get all this out of the way so I can access the back of the engine where the phase sensor is located, and then we'll see if we can get it out. Okay, for this project, what you're going to need is a 5/16 socket, obviously a ratchet of some kind. This is a T20? No, this is a number 4 Allen. This is the T20 Torx. Number 10 millimeter socket. You also want a 5/16 open and boxed in wrench. There's one 5/16 head bolt that's kind of hard to get off on the cowling without this. Phillips and flat tip screwdriver, magnet, and some really long needle nose pliers. And you're definitely going to need a flashlight. Okay, so I got the covers off here. This is a little tricky here in this area. I'm not sure. I'll have to figure this out later, but it looks like it was pinched between this rubber piece and the windshield. So getting that back on might be kind of a challenge. But I got that off. And there's two Allen key or hex key bolts in the back here. I pulled out all these bolts and everything were loose, by the way. So somebody's been in here before. I would assume maybe to change a filter or something, but everything was just finger tight. I mean, nothing was torqued down at all. So I'm gonna pull this off, put this out of the way. And now I can access the back of the engine here to reach that cam phaser. So let's see if I can get my hands in there. All right, so with everything out of the way, we come in here and we see the cam phase sensor. So that one on the bottom is the exhaust phase sensor, and that one over there on the top is the intake. So what's interesting is I was looking at the manual and it said it was at the back of the head and it was under a cover I had to remove, but it looks like I got lucky on this and the phase sensors are directly on the top of the valve cover. So that makes it incredibly simple to swap this out. So I just have to get the hex up there, pull it off, and then I'm good to go. Okay, so of course, the sensor has a lock on it. So it can't just come off like any other sensor. So you got to come down here with a screwdriver, it says blue tab. You got to pull that tab out. That's, of course, the camera on it. It's hard to see what I'm doing here. Coming from the top, go between here. There we go, see that? So now we could push down on this tab to release, pop this out. All right, so I got it. So basically what I had to do was I used one screwdriver to push this tab here down, and then another screwdriver to pull it, and then it popped out. So there we go. So now I just need to get to the hex bolt on the top here, pull it out, and the sensor should come right out. I don't know if you can see, I got my Allen key right there up in the bolt, and I have it coming under the heater hoses here. So now I'm gonna try to give it just a little twist. Yeah. Sometimes it's really tight on here. Oh, there we go. That's the pop I was looking for. So now I got it loose. So now we can pull this out. So I had it this way in there for leverage to get it out, and now I'm going to put it in this way so I could just spin the bolt. As I'm unscrewing this, I'm taking note as to the angle and the position that I'm in here, because once this comes out, it's going to be really hard to get this bolt or screw or whatever you want to call it back in here. So if I'm aware of the angle that I'm looking at when I'm trying to thread the new sensor in, it'll give me a better idea of what, you know, of where the positioning is for it to thread into the valve cover correctly when I'm trying to reinstall the seemingly impossible retaining bolt back in. So that's what I'm gonna try. We'll see how it goes. All right, I got it pretty loose. I think it's detached from the threads. Yay. All right, so I got that out of the way. Let's see. Is it gonna fight me? Or is it gonna come right out? Let's see. Ooh. Oh, look at that. There we go. Okay, so this is the old sensor, and this is the $50 Maserati sensor. Now, with everything made in China, it's really hard to tell if this is a clone or if it's an original. But boy, I tell you, looking at all the lettering on it, the font, it sure looks like a genuine Bosch to me. Man, that is an identical, that's the exact same thing. Look at that. So you never know till you try. So like these numbers here, well, how I found this was, I found a junkyard selling a used Ferrari FF V12 sensor, phase sensor on eBay. And they had a nice high resolution shot of this number on the, where the connector goes. So I just did a Google search on that, and that's when it came up with this Maserati sensor. So I found that had the same number, and that's it. It looks like it's the exact same thing. So I guess I'm gonna put it in there, and we'll see if the car gets angry about it or if everything is good to go. I mean, look at that. It says Germany there, Germany there. I mean, that is identical. That's the exact same thing. Hopefully it lasts longer. The sensor only has 30,000 miles on it. It's crazy. All right, so I don't know if you can see it in there, but the old O-ring, sealing O-ring, is still in the valve cover there. So I'm gonna fish that out with my finger. The new sensor already came with an O-ring on it, so it'd be foolish not to use that. So yeah, just don't forget to do that if you're doing this. Don't double up on that O-ring, because sensor's probably not gonna fit in place properly. It may not read correctly, it may leak, who knows. But it's just one of those details you have to watch out for. So let's see if I can do it with the camera here. Nah, you're not gonna be able to see anything. Nope. All right, new sensor is in. One thing I noticed was there is a little bit of resistance from the O-ring in the valve cover when you put the sensor in. So when you put it in there, you want to press pretty aggressively, and you'll hear a pop. It'll snap in place when the O-ring seats into the valve cover. So just make sure you do that before you get the alignment for the retaining bolt here correct, because you don't want to have this sticking out while you're threading this in, because you can break the edge of the sensor off. So you want to make sure it's flush with the valve cover before you even think about putting the bolt back in. All right, so I got the thread started on the retaining bolt. What I ended up doing was I had the retaining bolt on my magnet, and I made sure the alignment was absolutely perfect. And so I wouldn't risk dropping the bolt by hand because it's pretty tight in there. I used the magnet to put it up against the threads, and I just very gently turned it at the angle that I memorized and where it came out, and the threads actually caught. So we're good. So all I have to do is get my Allen key back in there and tighten it down and plug it in, and that's good to go. So I was able to get it in by hand, so I got it tight. And the little trick is I'm using these super long needle nose pliers here Just put it on the edge of this Allen key. Give it a good twist right there. We should be good. Now, one thing I'll say about doing that is it's torqued pretty good. It's not going to be as tight as it was from the factory, but it prevents me from having to use the short side because it's pretty tight in there. I could just see myself dropping this and never finding it again. I don't want to do that. So I'm pretty happy doing it this way. I think it'll be okay. Now, we need to plug in our connector. Let's make sure we go in all the way. Oh, did you hear that snap? When you hear that click or snap, that's good. That means it's in. And now we're going to take this blue tab. Oh, well, that already went in, so we're good to go. I'm going to give it a little tug to try to pull it back out. It's not coming back out, it's locked in place. So we're good to go. Okay, I got the sensor installed, bolts fastened down. I put the intake box for the air conditioning system back in as well, but I'm leaving the cowling off because that looks like it's going to be a huge pain to get under this seal here. I'm just going to leave it off for now because I don't even know if this thing runs yet. So I'm going to start it, see if any lights come on. If it passes, it's warm up and everything seems good. We're just going to go ahead and take it for a drive. It's a nice hot day today, so it'll be a good test. By the time we get back up the mountain here, back to the house, the old sensor would have been freaking out, so hopefully this one stays happy and this problem's resolved. So let's see if it starts. I haven't even tried it yet. This is the first time. Alright, so engine light turned off, everything seems good. And yeah, I think it's happy. We're going to pull it out and see what happens here. Just a little check engine light is up in here, and as we can see, it's not on. Everything seems pretty happy so far. So let's go ahead and pull her out of the garage here. Yeah, we're first. Alright, I think we're good. So I never trust the electronic e-brake in this thing, so alright. Well, I'm gonna get things ready to go and then see how it drives. Oh, acoustics, here it comes. Yeah. People behind me are really mad. Well, it seems like everything's working great. Seems pretty happy, no problems. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out. Car seems to be running normally, no lights on. Yeah, it really turned out really well. So I'm pretty happy that it turned out to be this intake right engine camshaft phase sensor. Because I was thinking maybe there was a problem with the fuel system or something, because it's a direct injected vehicle. You know, you have a lot of sensitive components involved in that system, and you know, when I looked online, it seemed like people complained about various issues with pumps and stuff. But you know, in this case, I got lucky. $50 sensor, about 30 minutes to an hour of my time swapping the sensor out on my own. Turned out to be a pretty good deal. You know, car, like I said, seems to be running good. And also, what's really strange is so this is a 2014 FF. I downloaded the service manual for it, and it said there was a cover over the sensor and all this other stuff I had to remove to get it out. But it turned out it was right on top of the valve cover. So I don't know what model year had the sensor on the back of the head with a cover over it, but it seemed like the service manual was wrong on that, or maybe I researched the wrong sensor, I don't know. But yeah, I'll be happy when I get back home and the engine's still running smoothly. If it's not sputtering or trying to stall out at idle, I'll know it's good. So here. We're getting onto the highway over here. Let me hit it and see how it feels. All right, high revving, dry sump, V12 for the win. Turns petrol into music. What's this guy doing left lane? Got him. Never do that again. I think we're getting it hot. All right, we made it back up and everything seems good. I'm gonna plug my scanner into it and reset all the parameters so everything can relearn from scratch, since you know, the faulty cam sensor before was probably creating some issues on that end as well. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. This is Zoe. She helped with some of the videos during this process, and she was a real champ about it. And yeah, I got quite a few other things I want to do to this car, so hopefully she'll be willing to help with that stuff as well. I want to change the coolant to Evans coolant, and I'm also doing I'm flushing the engine too. This car sat for a long time without getting the oil change, so I'm on its second change in a few months now. I'm probably going to do one more. I'll make like a little video of that as well. There's some little tricks I learned along the way of that as well when it comes to like different filter options and stuff. But yeah, so we live above an HOA neighborhood. We live at the top of a mountain, and people below us complain about everything. So I think we need to make some music. So Zoe, you're gonna run the camera one more time? All right, here we go.